Hi everybody, Alex Tyson here, joined today in Liverpool Property Live Lounge with Dan Hennessy. We're together with Red Plum Developments.
And we've got a very special guest for you today. We want to introduce you to
Peter. My name's Peter, Pete Davies Limited, and we also invest in Liverpool. We love Liverpool, and I'm actually from Bristol, so travel up probably once every fortnight to come and check out all the new stuff that's going on in Liverpool. Always looking for investments, looking to grow the portfolio.
So what is it you currently do in Liverpool? I know you just say the portfolio, looking to grow your investments. What is it you do?
So over the last 3 years, we've been looking at student accommodation with HMOs. We've got 6 buy-to-lets as well.
Nice. Whereabouts are they all? Are they all?
So the student accommodation is in Wavertree,
Wavertree.
and Kensington. Majority of them are in Kensington.
Did you buy 3 years ago?
We bought the student ones 3 years ago. Yeah.
Good price then. It must
Very
have
good
nice,
price.
because I know that
Yeah.
we see them all the time. Me and Alex are like sky high now, and it's getting a lot of money in HMOs.
That's right. That's
What price
right.
did you pay?
A few years ago, so we were paying 80,000-90,000.
Nice.
And now Article 4's coming as well in that area, so those properties have really peaked up, which is really nice. So.
What does Article 4 mean in that particular area?
So Article 4 means you can't turn any residential into new HMOs, so it's kind of protecting, it's the way that the town protects the area, the feel of the area, so the council can control how it feels. So they've now stopped new HMOs, which is good for me, because those HMOs now more valuable, which is great.
Well, I totally agree. I couldn't agree more.
Basically, what brought you to Liverpool? You said you mentioned 3-4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, everyone was really looking at Manchester. What took you from Manchester and really ahead of the game came to Liverpool? So it's me and my wife, so we're a team, and we decided we wanted to get into property, and so we got in the car and we drove to Sheffield, to Leeds, to Manchester, to Birmingham, to Liverpool. We went to all these different places, and we looked at the prices of the property, we looked at kind of the feel, the area, we looked at the different property prices in different places and the yield that you can get. We went to Manchester, like you said, and it just felt as though we kind of missed the boat a bit. Felt as though, not that it was saturated, but there was a lot happening, a lot of buzz, a lot of investors already there, and as new investors we wanted, maybe a bit more space, a bit more space to learn, get into our first deals. But also when we went to Liverpool, we really fell in love with Liverpool. It's such
it's
a fantastic place.
Yes.
Like, amazing people.
Do you know what? That's the one thing that honestly, I've never been to a place like Liverpool. Just the people are so friendly. And just hats off to them, because they'll walk around with a smile on their face. And even down to last night, people on the bus just talking to us. And you just don't feel that in London, right?
We don't feel it anywhere else in the UK. I don't think, anyway. To be fair, it's probably the only place you can come as an outsider and within days have friends that I'd like to say you're probably likely to see them for the rest of your life. They're always showing interest, and it's a genuine interest. So fantastic to come 4 years ago. And so the competition was probably a little bit less 4 years ago. So you managed to cut your teeth, so to speak. Were you doing property before your first invest? Were you involved? No. How did you even think about property?
That's right. So we read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Love it. Read it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Brilliant.
Recommend that to anyone.
Very good.
If you've not read that yet.
Very good. And I just finished university, and I was applying for jobs, and I said to my wife, "This is ridiculous. I don't want to work for someone for the rest of my life." I read this book, and I thought, wow, I need to invest in assets that can create income. And I thought, what am I going to invest in? And quickly I found out about property. I learned a lot about property, and just thought we just need to get on the property ladder and get going. So got in the car, found Liverpool, and here we are today.
The rest is history.
Yeah, that's it.
So you're active in Liverpool. You've got how many HMOs did you say?
Got five.
Are they larger HMOs?
No, kind of mini-mos. So we've got kind of five multi-lets, yeah, so four bedroom houses, yeah.
Fantastic. And what made you choose multi-lets rather than the larger
HMOs?
Large HMOs?
Yeah,
maybe the price. Was it an active choice, or was it just something you stumbled on?
I think at the time I thought we want to reduce the risk as much as possible, and so the exits that we can have in place for a 3-bed terrace that we're turning into a 4-bed. You know, if anything went wrong, we could sell as a residential house.
That's excellent. That's what I like about it.
And so we had those really clear exits of, okay, well, we're going to go for students, we're going to go for young professionals and HMOs. If that's not working out, we could rent it to a family. If we can't rent it to a family, then we can always sell it as a residential house. So it was really purely for the exits.
Excellent. So that's the top tip. Myself and Dan have actually said that in our previous videos, that you need to have a clear idea on your exits and not just one single exit. Have multiple exits, so if one thing doesn't work or the market changes, you've got an exit basically. Yeah.
You just heard from one of the professionals themselves that have got a vast array of portfolio and property in Liverpool. He's just identified 4 to 5 different exits on one particular strategy. So we would always recommend that you have exits when you go in, but at the start. And it's really important to pick your strategy in property at the start, because ultimately, as you can probably agree, you can get a lot tied up in property, and that's the reason I don't like HMOs personally.
Sure.
Because there's just like so much funding you have to put involved in the deal, and to get your money back, it takes quite a long time, right?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. And like you say, if you have void periods and you can't rent them out, then what are you going to do with it? You're going to try and sell the HMO. It can be quite difficult.
Only sell it to investors as well. That's the one thing, because
that's right.
What you've got in Liverpool is a lot of people have changed it with en-suites. Now they're great. They'll always be filled, but there's so many up here at the moment, and the people really getting packed in quite small rooms. I know people have got HMOs up here, not mini-mos, but HMOs. Obviously a mini-mo's a lot better because you've got more space.
Yeah.
So you've got a smaller unit, a nice sort of family bond in there. And it's easier to get, I suppose, it's easier to find 4 friends and there's 6 people that particularly know each other. I mean, what's your market?
Yeah. So majority of them are students. So because we're in Wavertree, Wavertree is student heaven. All the students seem to be in Wavertree. It's a great vibe, great buzz of the area. And so the majority of students, so they come as a collective, they come as under one tenancy, so they come in for a year, and it's a guaranteed tenancy for a year, which is really great hands-off investing. So the other thing with HMO is you have your turnaround, and when one person leaves, you have an empty room, and again, it's just money that's not going into your pocket, that the house just isn't working as hard.
So what happens if so you say they're under one tenancy, so this is a good note. What happens, they're under one tenancy as a student collective. If one person leaves, what happens to the bills and things?
Yeah, so it's guaranteed rent. So they have a guarantor, they sign the contract at the start, and they've said, we will pay this rent, and here's the guarantor to pay the rent. And so, they're tied in for 12 months.
So if someone leaves, the other tenants have to pick up the cost.
Yeah, potentially.
So it's in their interest to then fill the rooms and.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's a kind of, again, it's an exit for you in terms of making sure you're going to always fund and receive the right amount of money.
That's right.
Excellent.
And it's really helpful to build a business on something that's predictable. So, if you know that income is coming in, then you can work your cash flows and you can it's just.
Would you be able to just run down for a particular project for everyone that watches this video of a typical house that you've purchased in Wavertree, and just a bit of a model about it, just for people that want to get into HMOs and they now can break down in numbers what the cost will be, how much it costs to renovate it, and just break down some numbers.
Sure. Well, our first deal, we bought the house for 80,000.
How long ago was that? 3 years?
That was 3 years ago. So it's a bit different now. But we bought it for 80. We put 40 into it, and we refinanced. So we got a new mortgage and pulled our money out, and that was valued at 145.
Nice.
So we're leaving some money in, but we're making net profit about
8,000 a year. So we're making that back, and you know this is the 3rd year, so it's paid itself back, and now it's.
So the 40,000 was that including the purchase price, the stamp duty, and the refurb.
Yeah.
Have you got any? Has any of the rooms got en suites or how have you got it set? Have you got 1 bathroom, 2 bathrooms, 2 toilets?
So that one is a bathroom and a toilet downstairs, and 4 bedrooms. So it's a 3-bed terrace, 3 bedrooms upstairs. Second reception room is the 4th bedroom, and there's a bathroom upstairs as well.
So you've got the 3 bedrooms upstairs, because I see a lot of 3 beds, and Alex will agree with me too. There's like always a box room. So how did you get around the box room?
Yes, so we took the wall out and we moved the wall. So yeah, you're right. So there's normally a box room, and the box room's
is a box.
You can barely fit a single in there, and really what you want to you don't want a group of students to come together and for them to have to choose someone to live in that small box room. So you know, it just makes sense to move the room, move the wall to make all the rooms kind of equal, double size bed rooms. So
well, another factor now is there are regulations on the size of the rooms. I know not so much really with the
multi-lets
you can get kind of away with it, but you got to think you are competing with other landlords with bigger rooms. So a box room isn't really it's gonna really hinder your profits. Again, and then obviously
so just
you've got a margin.
You know, always move the bathroom, create that bigger room for someone. I mean, have you ever had any issues with it? Has it always been? Have you always had tenants? You know, signed up every year?
Yeah, they've been great. So those houses are in really good areas. So we're really happy with those houses. Yeah. So real hands-off investing, which is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
You set it up, and you do all the work up front, do the refurb up front.
And
make it really nice, and then and it's just paying it each month. So
who manages it?
So we have a lettings company called MGM Lettings, and they're actually based in Wavertree, so literally 100 metres from our property. So if the students have any issues, any queries, then it's very easy for them just to walk down the street.
So what's your thoughts on Wavertree? Because I actually know Wavertree really, really well.
Yeah.
You've got the Dowell Roads. Are you on part of the Dowell Roads?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so you are. So you
pick
a nice good section. And then there's parts of Wavertree that are a bit hit and miss, right?
Yeah. So
where would you say avoid? And where would you say to people?
Avoid. So
look.
So at the moment, I think it was last year, there was Article 4 introduced on the Dale Roads.
Yeah, there is.
And so what's happened is all the investment. So there's Smithdown Road. So there's the city centre. I'll try and do it for you guys. Yeah. City centre, Smithdown Road, and then onto Smithdown Road is kind of the Dales, isn't it? And they were really.
Where's the Asda on that particular?
So it's just on this side of Smithdown Road.
So it's coming from the city centre.
From the city centre.
Asda will be on your right hand side, I believe.
That's right. Yeah. So what people are doing is they're purchasing just before the Asda, which wasn't a great area, but because everyone's doing it and everyone's doing it to such a high spec, they're renting really well. Our lettings company is saying that those houses are renting really well. So that would be a good place to go now.
So is that the part opposite the cemetery?
That's right.
That sector of
before Tuxteth on Smithdown Road, yeah.
And then where would you say for people to avoid? Because I know there's a few bogey places in Wavertree.
Yeah, so probably north of the Dales. Can't think of the exact place right now, but past the Dales, yeah.
Pushing up, is that pushing more just further away from town or more into?
It's going north. So if the centre's there, and then you've got the Asda with Smithdown Road.
Yeah.
If you go north, that's kind of where you don't want to be.
Well,
the further you go, you get to Penny Lane, Allerton, Mossley Hill. That's really nice. If you've got money and you want to put it somewhere like. That is, that's
There's another
fantastic.
top tip there for anyone who wants to put their money in a good area.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And there's some big houses there, and you could probably even get some good, 10, 12 bed HMOs there. So,
Fantastic. So what's the future hold?
What's the future hold? So, my wife and I just had a baby.
Congratulations.
He is 1 now. So it was a year ago. So he's nearly walking. So we're wanting to do a bit more locally as well. So we want to do some more stuff in Liverpool, but we want to do some more developments.
Yeah.
So I'm from I live
close to Bristol. I live in Wiltshire, near Swindon, so the villages around Swindon, and it's a very popular area.
I was going to say, Swindon's quite a good place for property at the moment. I know it's quite a booming area. So what made you not pick around there?
I think it's just the yield. Your money just goes so much further up here.
Top tip.
So, you know, and you're doing, you get more for your money. So you're essentially doing less work to get more back, which is fantastic.
The dream, really, the dream.
So what we're doing now is we're doing developments, really. So we have found bungalow, a bit of a misfit bungalow. So it's on a huge plot. And what we're thinking of doing is knocking that bungalow down and building 3 houses.
Wow.
And because it's such a lovely plot, you know, we can have pretty substantial gardens. So we've just put a deposit down on a caravan. So we're actually going to drop a caravan in the back garden, and we're going to build out. So
sounds like the luxury life of a property developer.
That's right.
You know, it's good because it just shows it's not all glamour. You know, we're not all living in this high-end lifestyle. You got to do what you got to do. You're living in a caravan. You got to knock this house down, and that's going to be what you're going to be doing for a little while. And I respect that. So well done to you.
Yeah, thanks. It's an adventure, isn't it? And it's all part of the story. You've got to have a good story. So
it's a journey.
That's right.
So Pete, you say you're going to put a caravan in the back of the site, live in that one. So do you do a lot of the work?
No.
Are you just going to watch them do it from the caravan?
So yeah, with Phoebe out, you know. So I'm gonna project manage.
Okay.
So that's gonna cut 15 to 20% of the build costs out of it. So that's gonna be profit now, which is fantastic. So it was my first build, so lots of learning.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be able to
come back on.
Yeah, come back and show you how to build a house.
Yeah. Have you done a build before? Have you got any
not a new
building?
build, not
okay,
a new
so
build.
Just in renovations.
Just big renovations. Yeah.
Cool. So what made you take on that challenge? Because it's a big challenge.
It is.
It's a big task.
It is absolutely.
3 houses on knocking down a bungalow.
That's
how
right.
have you costed that from being someone that doesn't particularly hasn't done it before?
So lots of research. So really simple answer is price per square foot. So you're thinking, how big is the house going to be? How many square meters do you want in your house? And from there, you think about your spec. How high is your spec going to be? So really basic spec, £1,500 per square meter, top spec. You know,
is that what you're doing? Is that what you're pricing in at? £1,500
timber, you know, oak frame. You know, you can go anywhere from £3,000 per square meter. So if you've got the money, then.
So what's your plan for it?
So yeah, nice and cheap, 1,500 square meters.
Nice.
£1,500 per square meter.
It's not nice and cheap, but yeah.
Nice and cheap. I mean, but they're going to be stunning. They're going to be beautiful. You can have bifold doors, open plan, big kitchen islands as well, and
lovely.
It's going to be beautiful. So
if
you want to live in Wiltshire, you want to live in some villages around Corsham, then talk to me.
Excellent.
Yeah, so they'll be built.
Comment below.
Yeah.
When do you looking to have them finished by?
So we are going through planning now.
Yeah.
And we've got a caravan, so we've not quite put our caravan on site, but hopefully they'll be ready for April next year.
Exciting.
So
yeah. So for the spring next year.
That's right.
So watch out for Pete's live videos.
That's right, mate.
Live videos, content. He'll be posting all about his project and teaching you guys how to do that as well.
Development side, and share some top tips. Because that's what it's all about these days. Just helping people out, because the journey's it's not easy. No. Everyone thinks it's all easy because you go on Facebook and you see all these pictures. This guy are doing really well. And they're doing really well, but they're not showing you the times when they're probably sitting at home crying their eyes out, like, what am I doing? Yeah. What have I just committed to? There's probably times you can probably agree with me that you probably go like that.
Absolutely. And you need friends, right? You need to be connected into a network. You need to be, have those conversations with people when things are tough, and have those people that you can go to.
Let me just roll it. So we met you yesterday. I know it's a bit off topic, but just where Pete mentioned networking. We obviously met Pete yesterday at Liverpool PIN. Property Investors Network at the Shankly Hotel, which is every third Thursday of the month. And how did you find that yesterday? Because that was the first time we met you. And
what did you think of the
host?
What did you think?
It was good. It was really good. Met some really interesting people. Lots of people doing different things, different stages of their journey.
You can help people at the start of their journey and get inspired by people who are further down the line. So real mixed people, which is fantastic. So they were talking about wealth dynamics, weren't they?
Yes. About
team dynamics and about kind of your personality as an entrepreneur and how you thrive. So I thought it was very very insightful. It's very interesting. So
what's your wealth dynamic?
I am very, very steel. So I am a lord. So
I like the way you put it.
I'm lord. You listen to me. I'm always right. I'm right. So yeah, I was trained as an engineer. So data, information, getting calculations right, being accurate, managing risk. It's in my fibre.
Yeah.
It's in me.
It's in you.
Do you know what I mean?
So for myself, mine came up as Blaze, which is a supportive character, a leader through teaching, which really did resonate with me, and it made sense for my career previously, being football coaching and that side of things. What was yours, Dan?
I'm a creator, so I like to create. I like to keep creating one business, a new idea, a new way around things, so I can always come up with a good way to come to a solution, but not necessarily always follow the ideas to the end. And I think that's why me and Alex work really well. It sounds like we would be a perfect trio. Because we've got the creator. I can give you all the ideas and tell you how to get out of sticky situations. I can't necessarily always follow the ideas through.
I'll support you.
And then he supports me.
He'll arrange it.
Get the job done. So
watch this space. Watch this space.
Yeah.
So you're in Liverpool. How long have you been up here this time?
This time I drove up on Thursday morning.
Oh,
so
wow.
Thursday, Friday, and then I'll probably go tomorrow. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And missing the newborn. Well, the same newborn.
Yeah,
the boy.
He's great.
Give the wife a bit of a break.
Yeah, that's right.
She's putting her hair out and
Pete,
get home.
Right.
That's great. That's really good.
It's good. Yeah.
So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that and you've felt the value from it. I know I certainly have, listening to Pete's story, and it's really intriguing actually.
Inspiring.
Inspiring how we got here before, because it was kind of myself and Dan's situation as well, but 3 years prior. And Pete's contact details will be on the group, on the post, so add him up. If you've got any questions about HMOs in Liverpool or mini-mos in the Weybridge area, contact
So you're happy for people to just ask you some questions, any difficulties, any issues they've got. So anyone's got any questions they want to ask, in particular about HMOs in the Liverpool area? Pete's your guy to speak to.
Sure, yeah.
He's happy to answer your questions, as you can watch from the video. Really polite, really pushing forward, and he's really go-getter. So it's important when you've got these type of questions, you speak to people like Pete, because these are the people that are going to give you real help and insight, and hopefully no cost.
Yeah.
Well, I know what the training programs are like. It's like that's going to be 50 quid. So it's bringing some great value to you. Now, myself and Alex, we're going to be launching next week some new services. In particular, we're going to be project managing for people all around the UK who want to invest in Liverpool. We're also going to roll out a sourcing program for people to get involved with, because this week myself and Alex have been viewing loads and loads of properties. And what about the properties you've viewed this week?
I've had a fantastic week with regards to sourcing for some some southern investors that I've built up a good strong bond with. Been through their criteria, sourced them a couple of properties. We've got 3 offers out at the moment, strong offers that look like they've got potential. So fingers crossed on them. And we're always looking to grow our investor network, and we're very active people. You'll see that from our videos. Pete can vouch for that. We're approachable guys, and
we just want to help.
We want to help you guys. So reach out to us. That's kind of where I'm at, and myself and Dan are at. We're launching our new services probably from June, because I'm back down in Kent. So if anyone's in Kent or the southeast next week, apart from Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be around to catch up for a coffee and just tell you a little bit more about what you can get involved in.
Give you some insights into
Liverpool. I won't charge.
It's free.
But you can buy the coffees.
But so, we just want to say, round it up, thank you very much for listening if you've got this far, and thank you very much for tuning in. It's been an absolute brilliant episode and a fantastic insights throughout. And we just want to say thanks to Pete for coming on.
Yeah, thank you
very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Right, all the best. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.
Bye.